So MiHoYo has announced the characters for the Kazuha banner, and a lot of people have had mixed feelings. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, this is the best banner ever made, we should pull on it, it's great. But other people are like, nah, don't pull on it, it's terrible, it's a trap, you know. And there is also the weapon banner, which I'm going to probably talk about in another video because there's a lot to digest here. Most of these weapons are monster weapons, but with Kazuha coming, like, you don't really need most of these. You don't really need the Yali Flash or the Sky or the Freedom Sworn Sword. So, you know, that's a completely different discussion. I'm going to have another video probably tomorrow because it's probably too much for one video to handle. So in this video, we're just going to be talking about the character banners and overall what the characters do and whether or not, you know, you should get them or not, and if they're good to have. So, yeah. I'm going to come and give my thoughts on it, you know, the pros and the cons of the banner, because I know a lot of people have mixed opinions right now, and I certainly do as well. So I kind of want to, like, show off both sides of the coin, and it might help you guys come to a more informed decision on whether or not you would want to pull on the Kazuha banner at all. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed today's video and you want to support me, you can also feel free to sub. Only 4.6% of people watch videos are subscribed. If you're new or returning to the channel, we do get you guides, news, discussions, and more. And yeah, I mean, if you want to support me, you can feel free to sub. But let's get into it. So here on the screen is the banner. So we got Kaedehara Kazuha, which is the new 5-star Anemo Samurai, which judging by his skills, he's room to be a sub DPS or support for your team. So we'll talk about what that means in a second. But on the banner we have Bennett, Razor, and Rosaria, which on paper statistically is extremely good because a lot of people want Bennett. A lot of you guys got very hyped when I pulled him the other day on standard banner. But Razor, one of the best free-to-play DPS characters, you know, very, very friendly for anyone who's looking for a main damage dealer, especially someone who's doing physical damage. And Rosaria is really, really strong cryo support that you can have that will increase your crit rate, do constant cryo damage, help support your physical damage dealers especially because you can do superconduct. Overall, Rosaria is a really, really great support character for any team to have. Now, what does it mean for Kazuha? Now, he's got his Kazuha Slash, which does a lot of swirl damage, it infuses elements, and overall, pretty decent support skill, but you don't need to be on the field for that. You can just switch into use the skill and leave. He's got his, like, tornado jump thing, which pulls everyone together, which you can just do and then leave the field. There's no emphasis on using Kazuha's special attacks at all. Now, if you're a player like me at least, and you have a lot of DPS characters already, like I've got Hu Tao, Ganyu, Tartaglia. Hell, you guys might even have like Zhao, maybe even Klee or Diluc. You know, you might have a lot of DPS characters already. Yeah, you know, you kind of need the support. You know, Kazuha might be a good option for that. But if you guys want more DPS characters, you want to do a lot more damage, then I'd recommend maybe skipping this banner already. But we'll talk about the 4-star supports as well, because I know that's kind of like what is enticing for a lot of players right now, at least. So we'll go through them one by one, because I used these characters quite a lot, apart from Razor, but I can talk about them a lot anyways. So Bennett, one of the best supports in the game. I feel I haven't remember past because I use him that much. Now, ideally you can run something with just high base attack on him. I know Festering Desire is not the best, but you can run him as a DPS as well if you really want to. He's a really fun character. Now, what makes Bennett so great is because of his talents. So, I mean, you got his pyro application. He's got very, very good pyro application all around. It's very, very short cooldown. It's good for lighting torches and all that, and doing pyro puzzles. So that's pretty decent. But I know a lot of you guys aren't just going to pull a character for their pyro application. What you guys mainly are here for is his burst, his fantastic voyage. Now, it does a bit of damage. It heals your team based on your max HP, and it gives you an attack bonus based on his base attack. Now, his base attack is the white attack here. So, for example, if I use my burst, I will get a bit of his white attack. So it'll be a fraction of 535. Because at minus 78%, I'll get about 370 damage. Don't quote me on that, I'm not good at maths, but my point is, you know, he's very, very good at that. And if you get his Constellation 1, it means that his attack bonus will no longer have an HP restriction, and you gain a bit more base attack as well, so it'll be 100% roughly then. So I'd recommend pulling on him for the C1, but you can get away from him at C0, and he's pretty good. His C2 is nice to have as well as his C4, and his C5 is definitely nice to have, but the problem is a lot of people were worried about getting a C6. I know a lot of you guys who were watching me the other day when I pulled him on the standard banner, you guys were like, no, don't get him to C6, do not C6 him, it's terrible. Well, yeah, in a way, yes, it kind of is. It's a bit like Chongyun Circle, but hey, you can make some fun pyro builds with it. So I'm not too fussed if I get C6 one day, but you know, just be wary. You know, you got to make sure that's right for you before you activate his Constellation 6. Now, overall, one of the best supports in the game, literally S+ tier, to a lot of people at least. So yeah, I mean, I just give him a big thumbs up there. Now, Rosaria, another character that I was kind of building at some point, and I still am. Now, ignore the fact I'm running Crescent Pike on her, because I don't have anything else, but you can run her as a physical damage dealer if you want, but I'd recommend running something like Energy Recharge, or maybe Crit Rate, or Crit Damage. But I still don't have very much for her. You can tend to run her as a DPS, but you can also run her as a support. I like to run her as a support at least. And ideally, it's for her abilities. Now, this is decent cryo application, so you travel behind an enemy, just deal cryo damage. You can't do it against large enemies, so for example, you can't do it against bosses, but that's fine. Now, the main thing is her Rites of Termination. Now, what we'll do is she'll throw a lance on the floor, and that will pulsate cryo damage periodically. Now, it's kind of similar to Zhongli's Pillar in a way, and how it pulsates geo damage, and how maybe even Kazuha's ability will pulsate animo damage. So the difference here is that when Rosaria does it, she'll also be able to give members of a party crit rate based off of 15% of Rosaria's crit rate. So if you have 100% crit rate, you can gain 15%, you know, because she has 100%. But it's dependent on how much her crit rate is, and also, you know, her ability, we get extra movement speed at night. You know, it's nice to write about, but you know, it's nothing too special about. But I'd recommend, you know, Rosaria as well. And then we got Razor, very good boy here. Now, you don't run to Fate Club on him. You can run either Prototype Archaic or Snow Team Starter. You put either physical damage bonus, crit rate, crit damage, or attack percent on him. Now, I'd recommend running him with a lot of physical damage in mind. So I recommend running maybe like Pale Flame, Bloodstone Chivalry. Yeah, they're both very nice on him. And then you also got his Constellations. His Constellation 1's very nice. His Constellation 2's really good. His 3's really good. His 4 decreases their defense, so you do more damage. But overall, all of his Constellations will increase your damage output. You know, you don't need them, but you know, they're nice to have as well. And his C6 does extra electro damage. Ideally, you can be using him as a main damage dealer. He's very greedy, so you'll need him on the field quite often. That's why he's a main damage dealer. He's also electro, so you can proc Superconduct. And overall, I'd recommend Razor for anyone who's looking to build a team. But yeah, let me know down below. Like, are you guys going to be pulling on this banner? Are you guys skipping on this banner? I might wait a few days, because if you guys didn't know, Mihoyo normally announces their next update about a week and a bit after the banner comes out. So in a week and a bit from now, you will be finding out about 1.7, let me tell you. So yeah, I hope you're all having a great day wherever you are. Take care, and I'll see you guys in another video really soon. Have a lovely day, everyone. See you.